I'm Yuri.
I'm Jakub.
And I'm going for a drive. 2025 Lexus IS 500.
Special appearance package without launch control. Ooh, that was a bog.
There it goes.
Solid power.
Horsepower and torque.
472 horsepower, 395 pound-feet of torque from a 5-liter naturally aspirated V8.
And last time you got to review this car in blue all by yourself.
All by myself. I got to enjoy the V8. So I'm gonna sit passenger princess for this video. We're gonna make this a quick review, and Yuri, you tell me everything you want about this car. I'm gonna sit here and listen.
Okay, yours was in blue. Mine is in special edition yellow. This yellow does not pop unless there's sun.
Conveniently, my blue did not pop unless there was sun either.
What a fun coinkydink. So this is a special color for this year. That's cool. Has anything changed since last year?
No.
No!
Which is great in my opinion,
Okay.
but what's your opinion, Yuri?
Let's start with the looks of this car. Nice yellow IS 500, not an F, so it's not meant for racetrack stuff. It's not super hardcore, but it is still cool. It's kind of like the successor to the ISF. I think it looks awesome. I think it looks perfectly awesome. The front is cool, the headlights are cool, the taillights are cool, the double dual exhaust is cool. You can rev it from neutral. Look, ready?
Nice.
Let's listen to it.
From the outside. It's almost even cooler that it's not a full F because it's a bit of a sleeper.
Yeah, well, not in this color.
Yes.
Which I've gotten like a million compliments on.
Okay.
Just from like every Tim Hortons I go through and stuff.
The sunny days or the cloudy days as well? Both?
Just on sunny days.
Yeah.
Okay, and then listening to the outside, I've got my ASC dial all the way to the bottom. And if I crank it all the way to the top, you get more pumped in audio.
Yeah. Which one do you like, less or more, Yuri?
I like less, but I liked in your video how you showed that flap where the thing opened up.
Yeah, that's still there because they haven't changed anything, but it's cool that Lexus does that. So like 3,000 or 4,000 RPM, it opens up that flap and you get extra induction.
It is pretty quiet though from the outside when you're or from the inside when you're driving, from the outside exhaust.
Yeah.
And last review, you did the awesome move of showing all the cool other exhausts on the internet.
Ah, yes.
I think I like the second one. I forget the names.
I think it was RR Racing, if I recall.
No, it was a weird name.
Meisterschaft?
Meisterschaft.
Yeah, Meisterschaft.
Yeah.
Okay, so they make wild exhausts for a lot of, I remember them specifically from the BMW M5 V10, and I was like, oh, do they make one for this? Sure enough, they make a wild one. And then some dude commented that he put one on his GSF. I was like, damn, that's sick.
Yeah. So anyways, it's a good sound. Under tunnels is pretty good. It's not as good as the new car that I bought. That's a secret.
Oh yeah, that's right. But you don't like V8, so is it really gonna sound better than this?
I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
But I will say that I put my Extreme Contact Sport 02s on my new car, which is also the Continental recommended tire for this car. And right now there is a promo going on till the end of May. Click the link below to see the rebate offers.
There's a $110 rebate offer and up to $200 if you get the Continental credit card.
And the CS02 also qualifies for the Total Confidence Plan, so check out all the cool things you can get from that.
That's right.
So I guess that leads us back to the looks. We got black wheels on here.
Okay, but they are different than the ones I previously had. Do you like these ones?
I like the wheels. I understand black rims / black wheels when you've got such a loud colored exterior of the car.
I also get it.
And as long as the tires are tire shine. If they're like brownish gray,
You're right.
like dusty, no.
Yeah, so these are BBS forged wheels. I really do like the design. It does fit the body. Silver would look a little strange with all the black accents, so I fully understand why they did that.
Silver would look like super sick, but almost too sick.
Yeah, probably.
And how do you like all these camera angle shots? I'm using my Edelchrome jib that they hooked me up with to get some like cool features of car shots.
Oh, dude, the detail shot's unreal.
I'm still figuring it out because I'm a gimbal Segway guy and I'm trying to do this. I've got to have the full review of that on my Yuri Tertian channel, but it's a pretty cool tool. I really like it, and I especially liked it for shooting under the hood.
Oh, why's that?
Because we have the cool mode where it'll do like the spin around of the F, and then I did a spin around of this other thing that we had under there, a friggin' dipstick.
A yellow dipstick.
So this does pass the dipstick test. And what would be the TotalEnergies recommended oil for an IS 500 F Sport?
That would be the Quartz 9000 Future FGC 5W30.
Would that be the same recommendation for your old Lexus ISF?
More than likely, yes. I'm not allowed to mention that vehicle in this review, but I believe that's the exact same oil that I also put into my Cobra right now. So.
But under the hood, it does look cool with the engine cover. You know, it kind of looks a lot like your old one.
Yep.
And then a couple other look things, a little longer fenders to make it look like it's a bigger motor up front. Blah blah blah. We've all heard it before.
Bulged hood.
Tiny
looks
bit.
good.
Yeah. Body lines are nice. They got like that nice big swoop that the ISs have.
Yep.
But it's hard to see depending on the sunlight and everything.
That's right.
Back end looks great, the taillights and everything. I like the silver badge. It's not blacked out. We don't have a blackout package yet, even though we have black wheels.
Well, it is a bit of a blackout.
But the badge is silver.
Yeah.
I feel like it can't be a full blackout package unless it has a black badge.
Good point. I'm actually kind of surprised they didn't do that.
And if we pop the trunk, we got a little spoiler up there, which is black. The trunk fits all of that Edelchrome jib stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Who would have thought?
With everything closed.
Yeah. And your bag. My bag's behind here. I mean, I could probably stack my bag on top, but then I might squish stuff.
Yeah. And then you do have your car seat back there because I assume you dropped off your child at daycare this morning.
I did. And yesterday. So, child seat fits just fine. I fit just fine sitting behind you. You do not fit behind yourself and your head hits.
Yeah, it's not the most comfortable.
Yeah, but this is like an IS.
Exactly.
It's meant to compete with like a Cadillac CT4V.
Yeah, or a 3 Series.
Yes, not a 5 or an RS6.
That's right.
Or a
The
E-Class.
mid-size,
This
yeah.
is a C-Class.
Yes.
And that launch I did was kind of weird. It like bogged itself down because I double pedaled with traction and everything all the way on. So let me try to just floor it.
Yeah. And then, yeah, definitely redeem that launch because it wasn't ideal.
Yeah.
But we know that. Don't worry.
Sport S Plus. Just flooring it.
Just floor it.
Psych. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's good. Traction
Way
lit
better.
up for a second and it just hooked up and went.
Yeah, that was sick.
That was good. And you can also do burnouts with these now.
Yes, you can.
Which you couldn't the first year, I think, unless you go to sport. It was weird.
It was weird, but they fixed it in the last one I drove, and it's also still good in this one.
Yeah. Okay. And since I was driving around my child, I was doing other daily driving stuff like backing out of spots, driving forward, parking in the lines. I got a 360 camera, which works really well. Button forward, bottom left, and we have egg mode.
Yes, egg mode. Thank
Egg
you,
mode.
Lexus / Toyota.
Oh.
Yeah, so resolution's good enough.
Yeah, except it doesn't matter. It's old tech.
Yes.
We don't
which is
even need to talk
great.
about it.
Yes.
Moving on to the inside, other fun things we have. Heated seats, cooled seats, heated steering wheel. Great for this temperature that is either cold or warm. You can never tell.
Yeah, this week is weird.
To get into the car, you got to open the front door, but that doesn't automatically lock the back door. You got to open it and click that. Or you can change it in your settings. And the key fob, no remote start.
Yeah.
And it's an automatic only.
Yeah, you probably have to have an app and do all that stuff. I would assume.
How many speeds do I have?
8 transmission gears.
8 transmission gears. Are
Yeah.
they not called speeds? 8 speed transmission?
Yes, you can call it whatever you want.
8 gears?
It's obviously not the fastest, right? To shift gears.
I'm gonna go back to cliche.
Okay.
And I'll talk about that driving stuff.
And what about-
and the way I actually use the power daily driving, because right now I'm stuck behind a couple grandmas.
That's right.
Which is fine.
And what about drive modes? Use this up as an opportunity to tell me which one you've been driving in.
I gotta leave it in drive. Click
Really?
down, drive.
You don't want the white gauge cluster? I'm shocked.
Well, then your gears are gonna
I know.
be higher. It's not worth the extra fuel economy for the gauge cluster.
What about custom?
I haven't messed with custom. What should I do with custom?
Well, you got to stop to say it's a Lexus. So you got to
Can
pull over.
Can I make white gauges in normal drive mode?
I don't remember since last year.
Okay, let's go check.
We'll have to check. Whoa.
Park.
Okay, so
Click
push
custom. So we dug through it. You cannot find a way to make the gauge cluster white and still have your drive be in normal. So like you're not just burning extra gas in a higher gear.
that. Yeah.
And this is one of those cars where like if you're in drive, that was good, but it's not always super responsive.
It's an old school transmission.
Which is fine,
Yes, yes.
I don't super expect all that customization, but I could always just put it into Sport S Plus and then manual and shift my own gears, but it's not that fast and it's not like that enjoyable to shift. Maybe on track.
But it is great power.
It is, no, it's really good power. It's
Yeah.
just not like lightning.
I know, the shifting.
But I'm so used to new transmissions and this is like old transmission, like 15-year-old.
Yeah, basically.
All right, through Klitschy Corner, let's go.
Okay.
I'm gonna actually use paddles.
Oh, nice crisp downshift there.
Grips really well, acts like a normal rear-wheel drive car.
It's got a nice tone to it.
Very, very nice tone.
Very livable, very dailyable suspension. Yeah. And
Did the
bump.
thing. I did the thing. Yeah, okay. Suspension for daily driving,
Perfect.
unbelievably comfortable.
Exactly.
The seats are very nice, but I remember you complained that there was no up-down lumbar and the lumbar didn't line up with your back. It also does not perfectly line up with my back.
Is there nothing on the passenger side?
Yeah, just forward and back.
Yeah.
But not complaining because we have a 5-liter V8 in a sedan.
Naturally aspirated.
Naturally aspirated. And that
rear-wheel drive. Don't forget that.
That doesn't exist anymore.
No, it doesn't.
So everything is pretty much forgiven that is wrong with this car.
Exactly.
We've got Apple CarPlay, wired, love it, absolutely love it. You know what my favorite thing is in this?
What?
Okay, see, my gear's a little high, I think.
Because you're in sport.
Yeah. Nah, white gauge is gone. Here's something that you youngins don't know about. I want to change my music. Pop this up. Armrest fits my stack of CDs perfectly fine. Right now in here we've got...
I think we were listening to Smash Mouth last.
Did I pop it out? No, Dazed and Confused soundtrack.
Oh, yes.
So
Here you go. I'll help you out as the passenger princess.
We'll pop that out.
There you go.
Well,
Don't get fingerprints on that.
That's okay. As
Just
long,
so you
as,
guys
long as I
know.
don't scratch it, and we'll put in Smash Mouth. And then this fits nice back. That's something kids don't have to learn how to do anymore.
To be fair, normally you'd have it up on the visor here.
No, that's if you were like super fancy.
Come
right?
on, I had one. Everybody had one. Oh, there it is. And what about the actual visors, Yuri?
I'm pretty sure they didn't pass in yours and they won't pass in mine. 3, 2, 1.
Fail. No extension, nothing. And then one of my favorite interior features, if you'd allow me, analog clock.
Yeah.
Looks sick. And
They
what
should
else?
make these removable so you could like put them on your Apple
Yo,
Watch.
there's an idea. Actually, I think some billion-dollar cars do that, like
Oh, yeah.
Bugattis and stuff.
You put your watch in there.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like the friggin' Power Rangers
It's-
with the morphers, and then you just like clock that in, and then
Iron
this is your
Man,
Megazord.
right? Iron Man. He had that thing.
Probably.
Is that the right
Yeah,
reference? No.
He didn't plug his thing into the suit. The suit kind of formed around it and powered
man.
it, but close enough.
Close enough? Okay, well, what else is circular is the bottom and top of this cup, and it does fit in the cup holder.
Yeah, that's nice.
It is nice.
Yeah, this would be so much nicer with a manual. Did they do conversions?
I don't know, but it would be so sick with a manual.
Oh, imagine if they kept this going for the next 10 years with a manual. They would still sell them, guaranteed.
They would. Lexus, don't stop making this.
But the amount of times I've phantom clutched in on this car is kind of upsetting me. But back that sound system, the Mark Levinson sound system's great.
Yeah.
Apparently the audio quality is so much better in CDs than it is on satellite radio. I can't tell the difference.
I can't.
It's all pretty much the same to me, but you know what's sick about this? If we click our menu button here and ignore this touch thing, since we don't need it anymore, since this is touch, we can go to our audio, we can go to our source, we can go to our Sirius XM, and you know how we get to different stations? We use the friggin' tuning knob.
Yeah.
This is what every car needs. This
I
is
know.
this is almost like the best reason is because so much is normal.
Yeah, exactly. Like you actually have some buttons, like
Yeah.
quite a bit of them.
And the only gimmicky thing is a fun gimmicky thing, our temperature slider. It's not
Yeah.
even bad gimmicky.
No, and the cool other gimmicky thing is that your gauge cluster, you can slide the thing left and right.
Yeah, and then when you have traction off,
Yeah, all that fun stuff.
Steering wheel feels good. The buttons are all pretty laid out nicely. Our materials are nice in here, nice soft touch. We got this cool material here.
Yeah,
this
the
kind of
pattern.
fake aluminum thing or whatever. A little bit of yellow stitching because yellow paint. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so nice.
On the seats as well. These seats very well bolstered, very comfortable.
And we have pretty decent adaptive cruise lane centering. I was shocked.
That's very good.
And then unlike your 2008 ISF, it has a lot of new safety stuff. You know, we got all the rear cross traffic and all that kind of stuff.
I'm nodding in agreement. I'm not mentioning
Every
it.
time I mention it, the bell still goes off. Doesn't matter. And then a little sunroof, which is good too.
Yeah,
So like overall, pretty sweet car,
it is.
but I'm not like super engaged while driving it. But I think it's one of those cars where they don't want you super engaged. It's not an F. They just want you to have a good time and have a good amount of power while you're doing your daily driving. This is something that you could trick your wife into you buying for the family.
100%.
Because I've seen a GSF chilling around the local Loblaws, and I said, yo, that's sick, to some lady, and she's like, it's my husband's car. And I'm like, good move there, buddy. You got her.
GSF is so sick. I would love to buy one of those.
So this is probably sensibly priced since it's like a smaller sedan, old car. Let's get to the price.
It kind of is. This one, special edition, it is $80,410.
How much does a CT4V Blackwing cost?
It starts like 62-ish Canadian.
And that comes in manual.
Yes.
Okay, we also drove that BMW M3 with the manual in a similar yellow.
Yeah.
That was probably around the same as this, maybe a little more.
Probably more. It's a BMW. I don't remember exactly.
I think both of those cars are more fun than this to drive.
More fun, more engaging. I agree. But
maybe because they're in manual, and even in the automatic versions, probably more enjoyable too.
And if this is your one car solution, reliability does play a factor, and resale value.
Coincidentally, do you know what I think this car has?
What?
Reliability and resale value.
And a V8.
So like, it makes perfect sense. It's awesome that it's still around.
And the fact that you mentioned the CT4V Blackwing, I've got a fun bit of information for you. So, a friend of a friend owned a CT4V Blackwing in manual.
Nice.
Had so many problems with it.
Oh, really?
Misfires, back to the dealership, couldn't diagnose it. He traded that in, guess what he got?
Probably this.
We're sitting in it.
All right, so I did not know that about CT4V Blackwings.
I loved driving the 4V Blackwing. I thought it was one of the greatest cars. Maybe this was just a particular lemon, but I do have that piece of information.
And I guess the new Cadillacs have like the bad infotainment.
The 5V does. I don't think the 4V got it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean...
All of those are available on tsp.truecar.com. Pick the one that you want and hope for the best if it's one that's from Cadillac and you don't have problems with it.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And thanks for letting me have a solo review of the IS500 this time. And I'm taking it home with me and I'm enjoying it for the rest of the week like you did last time.
Dude, I enjoyed the heck out of this for the week.